To the retailers and then through the retailers to customers as in as short and as efficient a way as possible. Long chain will be replaced by in the past 8 years, we have built this capability step by step. We first started with fruits and vegetables, which was the biggest category that we were. Can we have a slide, please? So as we were building, the advantage of this supply chain for the farmer, of course, is because it's a direct supply chain. They get consistent orders, they get reliable payments on time, etc., etc. So the farmers are benefiting. But the customers are also benefiting because of consistency in quality. If you are buying urad dal or ultham paruppu, buy it always from Kallakurichi, buy it always from Tenali, then the same uniformity in the quality is coming. But how do we make the customer realize this, and how do we make the retailer realize this so that they are also continuing to buy the product from us, was the question that we had. So we said maybe we should think like FMCG companies. Maybe we should create brands that communicate this to the customer, saying if you buy this brand, you will get consistently the same quality of idli rice or consistently the same quality of urad dal. And therefore we said, can we become the first Indian agri-tech company to own an FMCG business and create FMCG products? Next slide. So this is a big strategic shift for the company also. I spoke about how the farmer benefits and how the customer benefits because of consistency, but it's also a big strategy shift for us as a company. We are in a business which is a commodity business, which is a very cyclical business, very dependent on the market. Market business is also consistently affected. But by moving closer to FMCG, we are able to achieve a certain consistency in our business also, and that is the strategic shift that this marked. Can we go to the next slide? So this shift is, if the customer consistently asks for my brands, then my supply to the market becomes independent of the market conditions, and therefore it becomes stable and sustainable as a business for us also. So 3 years ago we started this experiment of branding our products, about 4 years ago actually, 2018 end and 2019 beginning, and we first started with staples because fruits and vegetables are difficult to brand. People don't
to focus on carving out a niche for ourselves, to provide products that not only meet the wants and needs of our customers, but also reshaping how we live in the FMCG industry. For us, the focus point is simple. We decided to focus on the Khadi first. So that's what we're driving for kind of our portfolio as an organization. In the past 3 years, since we began the whole foray into branded goods, we've grown with it, offering differentiation and tangible customer values possible in commodities also, and not in the situation like rice. India has food and cricket are probably two things that bring India together like no other, but an understanding of the differences in tastes and preferences down to a pin code level, driven by extremely strong consumer insights and a customer-first approach, really helps us strategy part. We take these points seriously. They're not just commodities for us. We look at them in a very detailed level. We have a unrivaled range of offerings for the South Indian palate across Permian rice, Congo rice, pronouns, Egypt, etc. All sourced from 62 WayCool certified dealers after going through the quality checks. We make sure that when we look at the product portfolio, we don't want to club everything together under one big heading box. We should understand customer buying habits and customer preferences. Now, that's on the one side, focusing in the one side, but people importantly for the industry like this, we focus on not only building a product portfolio, but also nurturing the thriving ecosystem for business growth. Today, I'm pleased to inform you that we've built a network of about 165,000 retailers, 1.65 lakh retailers across South India, who work with us because of our focus on improving the attractiveness of the category itself. And we do this through innovative trade marketing activities. Our Magic Points initiative is a great example of our commitment to small and medium-sized retailers. We provide them access to a wide range of clean, hygienically packed food products, world-class coverage, market intelligence, and tech and fintech services as well. So, as we celebrate this next big step in our journey, I'd like to thank all of you for being our first audience to witness this exciting milestone, and looking forward to continuing our journey and delivering more innovative products and services that will continue to help reshape the FMCG industry. Now, I'd like to hand it back to Karthik to teach you what's up next.
So, as Sanjay was pointing out, in the last 3 years, we have created Madhuram as a platform for all varieties of rice, both South Indian varieties as well as varieties such as Basmati. We are able to offer products for every specific taste in the market. We have also created Kitchenji as our brand for slightly premium products and slightly differentiated products. And we have a third brand, Freshies, which is basically our brand for convenience products. So 3 brands have been established. We are present across all the parts of southern India. We are present in a large number of retailers. So the question now is, what's next? I take this opportunity to introduce to all of you what's next in our journey. I am pleased to announce the creation of an all-new, wholly owned subsidiary of WayCool Foods called WayCool Brands Next. WayCool Brands Next will now own all the 3 brands, Madhuram, Kitchenji and Freshies, and all the products that come in this category and the entire supply chain for this category as well. This company will continue to add more and more products offering differentiation and value to the South Indian customer, and will now become the host of all our grains and staples and dairy products. I am also pleased to announce the appointment of Mr. B.P. Ravindran as the CEO of WayCool Brands Next. Mr. Ravindran. Congratulations, Mr. Ravindran. Mr. Ravindran will head this subsidiary and drive all its activities going forward. I now invite him to take over
as we move forward. Brands Next is the newest and fastest growing consumer packaged goods company in the country, and it's one of the leading fully in-house soil to sale FMCG brand. So Brands Next stands for leading fully in-house soil to sale FMCG brand, and it's the fastest and the newest growing consumer packaged goods in the country. So we have 3 brands like how Karthik spoke about. We have Madhuram, we have Kitchenji, and we have Freshies. Each of these brands have been carved out with a clear purpose and an identity on why we should be participating in those relevant categories. So brands cater to digitally savvy, value-seeking consumers who look for good quality products, and our brands offer a wide range from staples to value-added products. So we have created, Brands Next has been created as a separate subsidiary, as shared by Karthik, to manage FMCG business of WayCool. As highlighted by Karthik in his previous in the speech, 2019 when WayCool is formed, there is a clear carving out of brands and how we should be able to leverage our value chain, which is the soil to sale, and in the journey is where the building of brands started across. And today we are happy to say that we have been able to establish Brands Next as a separate identity as part of WayCool, and to drive the WayCool FMCG business in a big way. So as we envisage the business to grow in much faster pace the way it's been growing the last couple of years, and we intend to be more asset light in terms of our journey towards profitability. Thank you. We spoke about why WayCool and what is the importance of WayCool into this category, particularly the everyday rice or the dals or value-added products. We would like to take a few minutes and explain how are we, emphasizing and how are we differentiated in the everyday rice, which we are, currently, participating under the brand name of Madhuram. So there's a lot of, as all of you know, there's a lot of varieties of rice available, and there's a lot of son of soil across every region, every geography. There is a brand which operates across. So to establish a foothold of gaining a national platform for everyday rice, we believe that there has to be some clear differentiation, clear call-outs, which will make the consumer and the retailer look for the brands. And that first and foremost piece has been consumer first principle. what is the consumer looking from the Madhuram rice? If I'm going to be one more rice available like another regional player, then I don't think the retailer is going to be interested. So we have tried to understand that largely how we could influence a consumer and a retailer in an everyday rice market, and that's where we've been able to cater to the entire large South Indian palate. Because if the kind of rice varieties what he or she a consumer would look across in Chennai or parts of Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, Bangalore. So we've understood that, and then we tried to go back and see how we could bring in that variety in a much different manner, which will have lot of upgradation when compared to a normal rice which he or she buys from the market, and most importantly is certified by WayCool, which means there is a stringent quality process which goes through before the product gets packaged and moves as a brand Madhuram. So this has been our cutting edge in terms of competing in a huge commodity category and trying to create a brand space for ourselves. So this is our brand Madhuram. So this is the brand which is available across the southern part of the country, and it has a wide variety of rice which is offered, which is consumed as part of everyday consumption. Kitchenji is the premium variety of dals, where the dals are a little more premium in terms of the quality of offering, and that makes the consumer look for a better product out in the market. So it helps homemakers explore, discover and experience culinary ingredients ranging from specialty rice, the biryani rice which you just put in the market 2.5 minutes before, dals, pulses and masalas, sweetness, dry fruits and nuts. So this is the portfolio in which Kitchenji operates with, and here is where we give a premiumization to the consumer in what he or she is looking for. The third brand is Freshies. Freshies offers a range of ready-to-cook meal solutions like idli dosa batter, value-added dairy products like curd, paneer, ghee. So this is a product which actually has given more closer to consumer in terms of consumption, in terms of reaching the consumer households at a convenience, in a more convenient platform. The rice and the dals operate in a different platform, and this is more to do with the convenience, and this has been a very close product for the consumer because it operates in a convenience platform. The kind of products which we have here is the breads, the paneer, the curd, the batter. So these are meal solutions which offers more convenience for the consumer. A quick snapshot in terms of how has been our journey so far, like how Karthik and Sajay had articulated. So we launched Madhuram in November 2018. And WayCool acquired Freshies brand in February 2019, and we launched Kitchenji in May 2019. So in the middle of August we kind of did a consolidation of brands, and that's where we saw Danya Essential Swadish moving into a brand of Kitchenji and Shuddha getting into Freshies, and that's how by September we had 3 clear brands, which is Madhuram, Kitchenji, Freshies. So journey for us in the last 8 quarters, if I have to quickly tell you, the relaunch of brands after consolidation happened. This is Madhuram, Freshies. The launch of Magic Points, which is the weighted distribution outlets where the category plus saliency is higher, programs around those Magic Points to drive retailer recommendation for Madhuram brands and Kitchenji brands. And then we signed off with the brand ambassador Sneha in the month of Jan 2022, and she is endorsing currently our brands of Kitchenji, dals and biryani rice. And we had the rollout of relaunch of Freshies, in a mass category, our Freshies Wonder Batter. So from a Freshies Premium, we also got into Freshies Mass, which is Freshies Wonder Batter. And then we had a launch of Paneer, again a very thoughtful launch which helped us to gain significant shares in the Chennai market. And we kind of did a lot of programs around dals, which also created a lot of stickiness for consumers to look for our products in the stores. And we also saw the launch of Freshies bread in the convenience platform. And a couple of months back, we launched Kitchenji Biryani Rice. So the journey in the last 8 quarters, if you see, it's been a packed journey, and and we've been able to execute all this quite well, and the results have been stunning for us. We quickly play through the television ads. I'm sure most of you must have seen it, but still will play through that. Brands, what are going to be our focus areas in the year FY24? So the first and foremost, we believe is that we need to build lovable brands with homemakers. We need to create that fondness with the homemakers in terms of the brands which we have built, and we, towards that we would be engaging ourselves and investing on that part significantly to make this happen. And that's the first and foremost thing for us, because once the brand's stickiness or the trust in the brand falls, it builds the brand big time. So the trust on the brand is critical for us to get the homemakers come closer to a brand. So that's the journey which we would keep doing. What we've been doing in the previous year, we continue to keep doing that. And the second piece we believe is the dominance. I think while dominance is going to be our key agenda for us in those stores, in those retail formats where the weighted distribution or the category saliencies are significantly higher, we intend to dominate our presence of our brands in those stores. That's very essential. We build a retail address. We do comprehensive programs for these retailers in terms of giving not only incentives or programs which will help them to promote, but also back it up with a strong quality which is going to make the product do the talking as it reaches the household of the consumer. While we do this in the existing markets, we also will have to keep expanding into the geographies of the southern market. So we would keep our focus in terms of expanding our reach, because as we build brands, it's important that the products are available in arm's length of the consumer. So we will be expanding geographies within the southern part of the country of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Kerala. And our ability to build new products, which you have seen in the journey of the last 8 quarters, has been significant. So we have a very strong research and development team. Our research and development center based out of Bangalore. We have a full-fledged set of scientists who works closely with the marketing team to understand which are the relevant categories, which are the relevant products, which we will be able to get the platform shift future-proof. So this is what we would be focusing upon in the year FY24 as our key enablers to execute our plans as part of Brands Next. Thank you.
Shareholder of WayCool Brands Next. The purpose of pushing this into a separate asset is that we needed a new set of skills. This is an FMCG category. We need product market fit skills. We need distribution skills. What WayCool brings is sourcing and supply chain. What this requires is distribution, sales, marketing, and product development skills. So to attract the right talent and to have the right environment for them to work, we said we should create a separate subsidiary, and that was the purpose of this. And this is in line with the continued strategy that we have been doing. Last year we created Sensor Next, as you know, which is our technology subsidiary, to attract the right kind of talent and to bring focus in technology. This year we are starting with Brands Next. So there is no change in ownership pattern. It's a wholly owned subsidiary, and whatever is the valuation of Brands Next is subsumed into the valuation of WayCool. However, the difference is that we are starting, this is a running start. It's not a fresh company with zero revenues. To answer the question, last year we met our targets broadly of about 2,000 crores of merchandise value and about 1,800 crores of actual revenue, of which 25% came from these brands. We already covered close to 400 crores of revenue through Madhuram, Kitchenji, and Fresh. And this is actually more than double. In fact, Madhuram trebled its revenue in just 1 year. And that momentum will continue. And the purpose of this is to bring more focus and specialized leadership skills into this business.
So I can't put it to a percentage to revenue, right? It would be in the region of 2 to 3%, right? And over a period of time, we'll keep scaling up.
What will be the revenue for that?
Currently, FY24. Do you have any plans of setting up?
Can you repeat the first lines? as Karthik was talking about, out of the 1800 crores, we did around 400 plus crores over the year FY23. So we intend to double that in this year, in FY24. And towards that is where, we called out very clearly what is the strategy, towards the end, how we're going to make that happen. And with respect to the second question where you had said, are you going to look at similar to Sunny kind of a stores? No, probably not at this point of time, because our intent is now to reach the length and breadth of the distribution and make that product available in the consumer's hands reach. So the agenda is now to expand our reach within the southern markets and also create traction for the brands as we keep doing that. So once this is attained, then probably we'll look at that part.
The value that is created because we have control over the supply chain. You are procuring and you are able to deliver consistency, buying from the same source repeatedly. For example, your Urad gives consistent ubari, as they call it. But is that being realized by the consumer? And are we able to create pull? That is the purpose of creating the FMCG company. Otherwise, this becomes a push strategy. We buy and we get the customer, we get the retailer to buy. Here the consumer pulls the product and therefore the retailer is asking for the product. It becomes a much more efficient way to take the product to the market. That is number one. The alternate strategy is what you've seen a lot of hyper-funded companies do, which is discount heavily. It is foolish to discount commodities. You're going for a race to the bottom if you're discounting commodities, and we don't believe in that. We believe that if the product has a value, that's how the farmer also is going to benefit. So that is the way, that is the rationale behind this. The reason it became a separate company was, as I was describing earlier, to bring the right skill sets and the right focus. As a parent, we have a number of areas and we will not be able to give the due attention in terms of distribution capability, marketing capability, product development, if all of this was under one asset. And frankly, the current scenario actually makes it even more